Recently, there has been a rapid spread of rumors online regarding Saudi Arabia potentially ending the petrodollar agreement. Some speculate this could signify the beginning of a decline for the US dollar. However, this news has not been covered by major Western media outlets such as CNN and BBC. Instead, it has primarily circulated on social media, suggesting it could be misinformation. Additionally, there are doubts about the existence of a petrodollar agreement at all. Nevertheless, one undeniable trend is the ongoing process of de-dollarization, where many countries worldwide are advocating for the use of their local currencies rather than relying on the US dollar. In today's video, we will delve into the history of the petrodollar, its current status, and importantly, what Saudi Arabia's decision to join Enbridge signifies for the dollar. What is the petrodollar? The term petrodollar gained prominence in the 1970s during the oil crisis, when oil prices surged. At that time, many oil-exporting nations heavily relied on petrodollars to finance their budgets, resulting in substantial budget surpluses. However, the concept of petrodollars has earlier origins dating back to the early 20th century. Before World War II, most countries operated under the gold standard, where their currencies were backed by gold reserves. After the war, the United States held a significant portion of the world's gold supply. In 1944, at the Bretton Woods Conference, many countries agreed to peg their currencies to the US dollar instead of gold, due to the dollar's perceived stability. The petrodollar system officially began when Saudi Arabia made an agreement with the United States to exclusively accept US dollars for their oil exports, in exchange for military protection and economic support. This arrangement ensured US protection for Saudi Arabia amidst regional tensions, particularly with Iran, its main rival during the Arab-Iran conflict. Following Saudi Arabia's lead, other oil-producing nations in the region also decided to price their oil exclusively in US dollars. Given the crucial role of oil as a global commodity, this move significantly contributed to establishing the US dollar as the world's primary reserve currency. However, in 1971, US President Richard Nixon ended the convertibility of the US dollar to gold, which resulted in floating exchange rates and increased currency volatility. By then, though, the US dollar had already solidified its status as the dominant global currency through the petrodollar system. Nevertheless, all of this is on the brink of change. The decline of the petrodollar. Today, many factors have transformed the landscape. Initially, when Saudi Arabia opted to exclusively trade oil for US dollars, in exchange for US military support, it was primarily to counter Iran, its foremost rival. This agreement played a crucial role during a period of intense regional tension, ensuring Saudi Arabia had the backing of a formidable ally. However, recent developments have reshaped this dynamic. Saudi Arabia and Iran have restored diplomatic relations through a peace agreement facilitated by China, which has had a positive impact on the political climate in the Middle East. This improved relationship suggests that Saudi Arabia may no longer require US military support to the same extent as before, prompting a re-evaluation of its reliance on the petrodollar arrangement. In addition to the shifting political landscape, the economic ties between Saudi Arabia and its primary oil purchasers have also undergone changes. The United States, once the largest importer of Saudi oil, has seen its role diminish over time. Presently, China stands as the foremost buyer of Saudi oil, accounting for nearly 24% of Saudi Arabia's total oil exports, which equates to approximately $56 billion. In contrast, the US imports only about 7% of Saudi oil, a smaller amount than what Japan, India, and South Korea import. Given China's substantial role as a major trading partner, it is logical for Saudi Arabia to consider diversifying its oil sales beyond the US dollar. This adjustment would better align with its current economic interests and trading patterns. Furthermore, Saudi Arabia's recent decision to join BRICS, a coalition comprising Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, underscores its strategic move toward reducing dependence on any single country, particularly the US. Before we continue further, tell us, are you enjoying the video? If yes, please like and share the video and subscribe to our channel for more videos about BRICS development, power, and influence on the world. Let's continue now. Led by China and Russia, both major rivals to the US, BRICS aims to diminish dependence on the US dollar in international trade. Saudi Arabia's decision to join BRICS signals its intention to diversify economic alliances and lessen reliance on the US dollar. This aligns with a broader trend of de-dollarization, where countries seek alternative currencies to mitigate risks associated with excessive dependence on the US dollar and bolster economic sovereignty. De-dollarization appears inevitable. Recently, Saudi Arabia participated in a cross-border trial of a China-dominated central bank digital currency, CBDC, marking a significant step towards reducing US dollar usage in global oil trade. This move involves Saudi Arabia's central bank becoming a full participant in Project mBridge, launched in 2021. Project mBridge is a collaboration involving the innovation arm of the Bank for International Settlements based in Switzerland, along with the central banks of China, Hong Kong, Thailand, and the United Arab Emirates. The project's objective is to evaluate the feasibility of central bank digital currencies, CBDCs, for instantaneous cross-border transactions and other payments utilizing the project's blockchain, known as the mBridge ledger. The Bank for International Settlements in Switzerland announced that Project mBridge has achieved the minimum viable product stage after 3 years of development. Major global financial institutions such as Goldman Sachs, HSBC, and China's 6 largest state-owned banks are also participating in the project. Zhou Mi, a senior researcher at the Chinese Academy of International Trade and Economic Cooperation, remarked that the digital renminbi, Chinese yuan, is an integral component of the global currency system. Including the digital renminbi in the settlement of oil trades between China and Saudi Arabia would be mutually advantageous for all parties involved. For Saudi Arabia, adopting renminbi settlement in cross-border trade would streamline its currency settlement framework. Once the CBDC initiative is established, countries will have the capability to conduct trade and settle transactions using their respective currencies, bypassing the dominance of the US dollar in cross-border payments. Jin Ding, a researcher and academic advisor to the China Finance 40 Forum, forecasts that over the next 15 years, the renminbi will see broader usage in cross-border trade, bulk commodity imports, and Chinese outbound investments. He anticipates the renminbi's share in payment settlements to increase by approximately 1 percentage point annually, reaching an estimated 17.7% by 2035. With these advancements, the push towards de-dollarization is expected to intensify. While the US dollar holds its dominant position currently and is projected to maintain it in the short term, there is a discernible trend of its influence waning and its dominance gradually eroding. What are your thoughts on the potential implications of Saudi Arabia considering to move away from the petrodollar system? Do you believe the recent diplomatic developments between Saudi Arabia and Iran could significantly impact global oil markets? How? Given China's increasing role as a major importer of Saudi oil, do you think it's wise for Saudi Arabia to diversify its oil sales beyond the US dollar? Why or why not? Do you want to watch more videos like this one? If yes, please like and share the video and subscribe to get exclusive videos about how phenomenally BRICS is developing and growing its influence over the world. Until the next video, stay tuned.